Okay, I think we're live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. So I should be able to see your comments on all three of those. I see the YouTube comments. Hey guys, welcome. So today we're going to try something new. We are going to do a baby onesie. I have YouTube and Twitch. There I am. I just told everyone to make sure their computers were muted. I didn't listen. In this file, I flipped it before I did it because I seem to forget to mirror. So you don't want to forget to mirror or you have to do it again. So we are going to do a baby onesie today. A Cricut baby onesie. They're so cute. The sizes of these, they're not onesies, they're baby suits, because I think onesies is copyrighted. They're not onesies. They're baby suits. They come in a package like this, and they're size 3 to 6. And Cricut, I know, is working on more sizes of blanks and stuff, but right now it's only 3 to 6 months. Look how cute it is. And it stretches. We're going to put the smallest Easy Press mat inside this. So I'm going to show, we're going to do it all live. I did go ahead and draw the image. I haven't taken it out of the machine yet. So we're going to do that. I'm going to show you today how to use the pens and the transfer sheets all in one press. So we're going to put the transfer sheets and everything together in one press. We're not going to press it twice. So I want to show you guys how to do that. I did a test today to make sure it worked because I was told by Cricut. So what I'm doing might not be recommended by Cricut. I don't know. Look what I got, a little donut to put my tape in. This has my Cricut heat resistant tape in it. And what I was told by somebody at Cricut is when you want to do the pens and the transfer sheets in one, you want to tape down the pieces with this tape to the paper. This was a little sample I did. I was trying out the pens and stuff. So these little sheets, I just cut the corner with scissors off of, this is what we're using today. It's so pretty. This is the watercolor splash. Look, I remembered the name. So I just cut the corners off, 2 corners off. You know what I did? I thought because this project has tiny little pieces, there's no way I'm going to be able to roll up the tape and stick it behind it on those tiny pieces. So I used this and I did it on this tester sheet. So I did test this. So hopefully my results come out the same as the test. So I test it. You get a little sampler in every box of the transfer sheets. So here's the color. It turns out those blue ones are from this. And those green ones, I tried both of these pens. I kind of blended them together. Drop some. And I couldn't really tell the difference in there. I think I put too much of one. So then I'm like, these pens look a lot the same color. They look very different here. So what I did is I wanted to show you the difference because I had not tried this one. So there are the 2 pens. The lighter one is this one and the other one is this green. This one here, I blended the 2 pens like you do in watercoloring. I thought, I'm going to blend them and see what they look like. Isn't that pretty? And let me show you this. This piece over here is a second transfer. So I did, this was the first time I pressed it down, and then I thought, there's still a lot of ink on there. There was even more than this. This was after the second one. I did it again. Now you can see the transfer sheets are these 2 little triangles. They did not ink again. Can barely see anything there. But the pens did ink again, and that was the results from the second press on the ink pens. They can't guarantee any results on the second press or anything, but I just wanted to try it on the sample to see how far we can go. So I also want to tell you, I announced the winners of the rainbow coasters. They are on my YouTube page. If you click on community, don't do it right now, you'll leave the video. But if you click on community, it shows the 3 winners. On the 3 winners, I also replied to their comments and asked them to email me. I also posted it in my Facebook group, Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane. And 2 of the winners, because there's 3 winners, are named Kathy. So if you're Kathy, go check your comments. And today, we're going to give away the onesie, the finished onesie project. So I really hope it turns out good, guys, and I don't forget anything. So I don't know what happened to the plastic from this one. I think I threw it away when I was cleaning my desk. But I have these pieces, so the winner will, I'll give them this little thing. Look, it comes in a little hanger. Isn't that cute? And I'll put it in a gallon-size Ziploc baggie and ship it to the winner. So in order to win, you're going to have to comment on the video. Commenting live does not work. It will not enter you because I use a random comment picker that I just put the video link in and let that choose the comment so it's fair. So if you're watching live, you'll have to come back after it's watched and leave a comment at the bottom of the video. And that's how to enter. So we are going to pick a winner. What is today? Thursday? You know what? I don't want to pick a winner until Monday. So we'll pick a winner, let's say by noon on Monday, noon Eastern time. I don't know. What's Monday's date? Somebody tell me Monday's date. So we'll do that. Stephanie on Facebook says, I'm confused. How do you use the pens? I'm going to show you. I have also shown in other videos how to use a pen on the coasters. I did that in my first video of the Infusible ink. Okay, so here's the project. Well, you can't actually see the whole project yet because this is what I just did. So I wrote this on the Cricut and then we're going to have to cut it. So we're going to go over here. So it finished writing it. So I put my Cricut in here. Now, just so you know, you don't even have to have a Cricut to use any of these products. You can draw with the pens. You can color with the pens. And with the transfer sheets, you can cut these or probably punch them or cut them with scissors or cut it stripes on a cutting mat or cutting. Yeah, you can use a cutting mat and a True Control knife. You could use a trimmer, a paper trimmer. Okay. So, oh wait, we're just going to unload this. So I mirrored the image. So I used the fine black infusible ink pen and it drew the plants. And I used the green one, this one, the medium, it's a marker to write the words. And we are going to color in the plants with the green markers. So I'm going to move the camera down. Okay. Can you see that okay? Now I want to make sure you guys are not confused. You may be confused if you haven't seen any of these videos. Okay, so the Monday is the 17th. Thanks, guys. I didn't even look at a calendar today. Okay. So what we use to use the pens on, this is just copy paper. I'm going to go ahead and take it off the mat. It's laser copy paper. Laser copy paper is better because it's heat resistant. I'm going to stick that there for now because we're going to need that to cut. And this is the butcher paper I use, and it has ink on it. So I cannot use this anymore for ink when I'm using the onesie. Seems kind of big now. Before I thought it was kind of small, and I made it just a teeny bit bigger. I think it'll be okay when this is stretched out. Okay. Yes, it says I wet my plants. Maybe, can you see that better there? No. You cannot buy these on the Cricut website until October 2nd. They will be in Michael's only. So this is the neon green. I don't really think it's so neon green, to be honest. And I'm just going to color this in. I'm going to do the neon green around the edges and maybe the other darker green in the middle. I don't even know how plants really look. I just thought it would be cooler having two different colors of green. That's why I wanted to test that out first. Oh, I'm not so good at this. So this is going to transfer onto the baby onesie, but first we have to cut this out. Also, remind me, we have to use this on the baby onesie. Okay, and I cannot read your comments while I'm coloring. I will look at your comments in a minute. You don't have to color this in either. You can totally just leave it as it is. So the best thing I think about these pens, you can have a child draw and make a shirt that will last forever. You can give them these pens to draw. How awesome would that be? For gifts for grandparents, to have a shirt or a tote bag of a child's drawing. I'm just going to add a little bit of this darker green. We'll see what happens. And if you wanted to draw more or color more, you could. You could maybe not use this and color in the pot if you wanted to. You can do anything you want. Okay. I'm so nervous. Okay, let's, I'm always nervous when I go to do a live video, and then this is something I haven't done a whole lot of. I've done a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to use this color. I don't know. what I want to use. I'm going to move the things around. I'm going to have the two pots cut on one piece. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do all that in Design Space. Oh, I probably have to cancel that cut and start over, I think, to move them around on the mat. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Let's go to Design Space. Whoops. Okay, what I want to do is let's cancel, and I'm going to show you guys my file. I shared my file with all the people who support my channel. I hit cancel here. Yes, I want to cancel. Okay, everything is already mirrored because I forget to mirror. So, and I have two things here. I'm not going to cut out this yellow and I'm not going to cut out the blue. I'm going to tell you what I did here. These things, I duplicated these. So this blue one is right here. This yellow one is right inside here. And what I did is I made 3 boxes. I attached the boxes. I put them underneath my little pot pieces and I attached them. The reason I did that, if you don't understand what I'm saying, you'll see what happens when I actually go to cut it. So just hold tight if you're not understanding. But what that will do is this will cut out the whole liner. So it's going to cut out a square from my liner. The reason I want to do that is otherwise I would have to use scissors and go and cut around these so I can save the rest of it. I hope that makes sense. So I did leave these here because I need these for myself and for anyone else making this. So you know where the little pieces go. Over here, and I couldn't drag this over. You don't know where the pieces go. So this is the reason I did my file this way, is because I need to know where these pieces go. Okay, so this is just for visual purposes. Oh, I moved the whole thing. And then these are to cut out. So I'm going to click make it, and I'm going to show you how they're different colors, but I'm going to cut them out on one mat. So what we're doing is we have a little note here that says everything is already mirrored. We're not cutting that one. We're just going to skip it. This is the one we don't want to cut. This is one we do want to cut. So we're going to keep this. I'm going to look at, let me show you. I'm going to look on here and figure out where I want that color. I don't think I want it here where these big things are. Maybe this is between like the 4 and 5. So I think I'm going to move it maybe around here, and we'll have more of a blue pot. And then maybe the next one, I'll move more in this area and have more of a pink pot. Okay, so let's go back to Design Space. And this area was between, I'm just going to move it, just dragging it over between the 4 and 5 somewhere. I'm going to move it down a little just to be safe. Okay, and then, is it the purple one? Nope, this is not one we're cutting because it doesn't have the box. It's this one. So we want it to cut on the same mat as the other one. So I'm going to click these 3 little dots here and move to another mat. If you guys watch my Cricut Design Space videos that I do every Saturday morning for free, you already know how to do this. But some of you may be new. So we're going to click on this mat because I want it to cut out with this piece. So I'm going to click confirm. And now it changed the color of it, but I still know the difference because this one's shorter and this one's taller. And we were going to put this one is right around the 9-inch area. So we're going to put it over here. So now we're ready to cut this. I don't have to mirror because I already mirrored it in the project. And we're going to hit continue. Eddie on Facebook says, I wanted to ask, why do they have to use Cricut tees only for infusible ink? because Cricut didn't have t-shirts and stuff. The only reason they had t-shirts is because they wanted to give us a product that worked best with their product. So they made this infusible ink, and they had to find the absolute best quality products that work best with their product, the best blanks to work with their product. So that's what they did. So you're going to have the best results when you use the Cricut products. Okay, I think we're ready. We have to click materials. Did I have infusible ink? I don't know. You could go to categories and go to iron on, and infusible ink transfer sheet. That's what we're using. Click done. And okay, we're ready to load our mat. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. Let me move the camera up. Now, for those of you who have not pushed in the mat or done this, when you do this, you have to push in the mat a little bit. It's not sticking down real good there. So I'm going to load the mat. I'm going to hit go. And it's got to think for a second. So while this is cutting, do you have any questions I can answer? Cindy, I probably won't buy different shirts because the quality of these shirts are amazing. And it possibly could look the same, but they tested this for like 18 months and have washed and washed. They have washer and dryers at Cricut offices just to keep washing and drying and washing and drying and testing. They don't just find a product and slap their name on it. Yes, this is very easy to use for a beginner, but you have to follow the directions and the steps, and I will show you those. There are links in the description of the video that will take you to all of the steps, and there is step-by-step directions for transfer tape on apparel, on square coasters, round coasters, totes. You have the step-by-step instructions for every single product. They have it for the pens, they have separate ones. So here you can see where they cut. I'm going to bring the camera down. Okay, so now I can lift this off. See? Look! I'm so happy. You should see the smile on my face. I don't have to use my scissors and cut awful because I can't cut a straight line. And now I just have these two little spots missing. But I have the rest of this to use. And let me give you a hint now. I am saving everything I weed out because someday I'm going to make a mosaic. You do not have to waste any of this because it's like paper. Let me show you. So to weed this off, it's really hard to weed from the corners. Like it's kind of hard, although I think I got it. But so what you want to do is bend it and look. So I don't want to take this piece out, but I'm going to put my nail here and pull this piece away and then take off this piece. Now you do not want to do this with your hands if you have sweaty, oily hands. Do not put lotion on before you do this. Okay, there you go. And now I have this that I can cut this and make a mosaic. I'm gonna make a picture with these different colors on a shirt someday. So now we have this. We are gonna actually take all of these pieces off and glue them to the other piece. So let me show you again. So I'm just bending the corner till I can see through it, and I'm gonna rip that off. It's kind of, it's like cardstock. I could tape that back together and have that little image. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna prep the shirt. We don't need the mat anymore, this blue mat. Okay, I've not done this, you guys. I just did that little test. Let me see where these go. Okay, that one goes there, and this one will go here. It's kind of hard to see because the color is on the other side. But, is that right? I did mirror that, didn't I? Oh, it's up. Didn't have it turned right. No, it goes the other way. There we go. I think. Is that right? No, it is this way. I wonder if I didn't mirror this one. I thought I had these mirrored. Is that right? Well, anyway, we're gonna make it work. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, let me go to my picture so I can see where to put these. So I'm gonna cancel my cut because we're done cutting. Sheila found it on the bottom of her shoe. Okay. Yeah, they see it. They were cut right. I just got to figure out. Oh, they were cut like this. Oh, they're right. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm glad I looked at this again. I would have glued down the wrong piece. I want the ink to show up. That's where I was confused. See? Now, I do not want to glue this transfer to this. Otherwise, the ink under this will not show through. So I'm going to pick these off one by one and glue them on. Now, as I said before, Cricut did not tell me to do this. It's probably not recommended by Cricut. But I did a tiny little test and it worked. Okay, this is the smallest piece. See, there's no way I could put a piece of tape on the back of that. Okay, yeah, this is right. So I'm just gonna glue this right to this paper and we're gonna do it all in one press. Because if you do two presses, you're gonna lighten it. If you're doing it on the ceramic coasters, you could do 2 layers in 2 different presses and it won't lighten. Now, I might have just got a little glue on this ink, so I don't know how perfect that will be. It's okay. Sorry to whoever wins this. Where's the other? You know what? I want to show you guys something. Oh, well, I can't. So if you were doing layers and you want, if these were 2 different colors, or you could take the little things off one and put it on another piece of transfer to layer them and press them all at once. I don't know if that makes sense. I will do a video on it. So I'm peeling these off just one by one, putting just a drop of glue. You just need just enough to stick it. Like it's not even a drop. And that's not on there right. Well, that's okay. It'll work. And this goes in there. I'm going to just put a teeny bit of glue here. Just a teeny. So I'm gluing this just on the copy paper. It's not even a drop. It's almost just like a touch. There. That one's done. And this one fits like that. So we're gonna, and you don't need it all over. You just need it to stick long enough to flip this over and put it on the onesie or bodysuit. Sorry, when I'm doing this, I can't read the chat. Jamie's always in here helping. Thank you, Sheila. Yes, I'm putting glue on because I'm going to have to flip this paper over. And this isn't really sticky. So if I set these on here, I'm going to have to put the paper over to iron it on, and these little pieces will not stay. Okay, goes like this. I'm looking at my picture in Design Space. There, we're going to try this. Now, you guys, I have not done this except for the little bitty test, but I didn't have lines in the way and things like that. Okay, so we're going to put the pin back in my glue. Now we're going to turn the Easy Press on. They are not sold in kits. They were sold individually. This is not transfer tape. It comes with this plastic piece, just like iron-on does. Iron-on comes with this backing, and this is attached to the paper I used. See how shiny that is? Once I cut this and weed off, then you have this plastic piece. This is $17.99 for 4 sheets. Now remember, that's retail. You know, things go on sale. I have no idea if it will go on sale in Michael's before October. It's so high in demand, I think. I don't know that it will. Okay, so there's our image. But now we need to prepare our baby onesie. I'm going to set this up on my Cricut. We have the Easy Press going up to hold on, I can't see what you guys see. 285 for 40 seconds. This has ink on it, so I cannot use this. Oh, I need a piece of cardstock too. I had cardstock. I might have thrown away. Hold on. Easy Press is ready. No, I better do a whole sheet. And you want to use white cardstock. And I'm going to have to cut this down. You guys, these scissors are on sale. Lots of stuff are on sale. These are fabric scissors. I have a pair I use for paper. I love these. And I'm going to cut it down, just kind of eyeing it just a little smaller. than this Easy Press. Okay, oh, let's remember to use this. We're going to get a fresh sheet of this. This is a lint roller. And the reason, look, I got the transfer tape on there. The reason we're doing this is because you do not want any lint on here, because any lint, this is ink and it's going to transfer to the lint. If you put the ink on the lint, when you go to wash it, the lint's going to wash off. And then you're going to have little speckles of white that you didn't want there. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but I see tiny, tiny, tiny things of lint, and I just took that off and did a fresh piece. You do not wash these before you use them. There's no need to. Okay, so we have to preheat, but we are going to, you always want to put white paper over your Easy Press mat. The Easy Press mat is really key to using these two. And for the baby onesies, even if you have a larger press, I would get the small Easy Press mat. And they're on sale right now at Cricut. Yes, Mary, it is just a regular lint roller. I've had this lint roller for years. I haven't used it that much, as you can tell. So I'm putting this inside. We're going to make sure it's even. It's totally not even. We do not want to press on any of the seams. So we're going to get the seams out of the way. I feel like I'm dressing a little doll. Look. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to preheat this, but you guys, we're not preheating. Even though they say preheat, because we're getting the moisture out. And to get the moisture out, you need to use butcher paper. And that piece has some green on it. Do not want to use it if it has ink on it. This butcher paper comes in the rolls. If you haven't seen my other video, I open up the boxes of rolls in video. So if you've missed those, and I think there's a description in the bottom, a link in the description of my playlist of videos. So we're going to put this on top of butcher paper. Freezer paper will not work. Parchment paper will not work. We're doing this not to preheat. We're doing this to get the moisture out. And now we have to wait for it to cool. Hey, Bobby. So this was set for 40, so I'm going to take it off at 25. Okay, so now we have to let this completely cool. Let me tell you why we're letting it cool. I'll move this up so you guys can see a little better. The infusible ink is a solid. It's in a solid form. And when it heats up, it turns into a gas. And then when it cools down, it turns into a solid again. That's how this works. And it's still too warm. I do not want to risk putting it on yet. I do want to just kind of look at it there. So here's what we're doing if you just joined us. I colored in these green leaves. The Cricut drew the black. The Cricut drew the words. This font is a Cricut font, and everything's in access. The font is called Be Free, and I thought it was so cute because it looks like a little kid wrote it. And I thought that's what I was looking for, and I found this one. I think it's a new one because I've not seen it before. And some stores may have it in their store earlier. Good, Mary. I'm glad that will help you remember the steps. It actually helped me remember the steps because I'm like, oh, I got to get the butcher paper. So that's the reason you don't want to use freezer paper, or because everyone's saying you can use parchment paper. You don't need to use butcher, but butcher paper will take the moisture out. It's almost cool enough. Okay. Now, let me go to the directions. Let's do that before we do this to make sure we do everything correctly. Okay. Here is the how-tos. There's how to do everything. Okay, I'm going to click see more just so you guys know. So when you come to this page, this says Infusible ink transfer sheets on the sample. So if you want to do the sample, read the directions here. And this is the pens on apparel. This is the one that I am following today because I also read the transfer paper on apparel. It's the same timing and the same temperature. So I think I'm going to be safe if I choose the ink. But there's ink on the tote, ink on the ceramic coasters. Those are the round ones. Ink on the square coasters. How to choose images and fonts for your Infusible ink design. How to use the transfer sheets and apparel, transfer sheets and tote, transfer in coasters, ceramic, and then transfer in square coasters, and how to use multiple Infusible ink transfers to create a slice and set design. So this is really neat. If you're going to use 2 different colors and 2 different transfers, you want to read this first because you do it all in one press. It's really cool. And then explanation of the pressure, because some say most of these are just a little pressure, but some other items like iron-on says how much pressure, and it explains the pressure. So we are going to go to the inks and apparel. So how to use the Infusible. It tells you everything here you need, what you need. It even says scissors and tweezers and lint roller. Explains the drawing and the paper and everything. It goes through all this. It says completely step by step. It has tips. I suggest you read all of these tips and these notes. These are very important. And then step 2, it has all of this information. And it says right here, note, when applying designs to the baby bodysuit blanks, place the small Cricut Easy Press covered with cardstock inside the bodysuit. Check, we did that. And, but read it all. You're going to have to read it before you do this. And then once you start doing it, you're going to remember everything. And it says, do not skip this step. Use a fresh lint roller. We did that. It says right here, you must use butcher paper. And like you get a butcher paper with every sheet of transfer. And if the transfer does not have ink on it, you can keep reusing it. But if it has the ink on it, you don't want to use it again. So if you are just using transfer tape, you're going to be pretty good. You only get ink on them with the pens is what I have found myself. So you can keep saving the butcher paper. Even though it says only use butcher paper once, that's only if it has ink on it. Okay, so let's read these directions. Okay, we did this. We did it for 15 seconds. We pressed it. And now it says let completely cool. Okay, it's cooled now. Place cut design face down on apparel. The side with the drawing should be against the blank. Tape down the corners with the heat-resistant tape. This keeps your design from shifting during the transfer. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. This is scary. I don't know why. Okay, I have nothing to tape it to. Because my paper is bigger. So I will cut it. This is just copy paper. It's laser copy paper, but on the box it says for inkjet or laser because you can use laser copy paper in an inkjet printer. It's completely cool. So, no, wait a minute. This is, yeah. I had to make sure it was the front. Okay. Think right there. Okay, now the heat transfer tape, it's blue. I stuck it inside this little donut from Scotch. It's like, I just got this today from Amazon. I ordered it yesterday. It says strawberry on it. This is so, I don't even know if it's Chinese or Japanese, but it's nothing in English except for the word strawberry, which I think they meant donut. I don't know. And this is the first, like, I tested it out. You guys, this was only $5. You get what you pay for because it was kind of hard to rip. Maybe I need to get used to ripping it. But Amazon has some really cute ones. I might have to order a different one. See? There we go. The tape is blue, just so you can see it. It does not put blue on your project at all. I don't know, are you supposed to put this up like, no? Because then how do I get it out again? Okay. First time I'm using this. Now, see, this is kind of bubbling here. And I think I had this problem before. I'm going to take this back up. I want to make sure this is completely flat and smooth, and I'm not taping this down too close so the paper becomes like a dome. It won't lay flat. So we want to make sure it's laying flat when we put this down. Okay? All right, we did that. Let's go back to the directions. We taped it down. Okay, we're gonna place butcher paper on top. And it also says, I read, make sure your butcher paper, it says, well, first it says, very important, avoid the seams. Do not slide the press. That is so important. You do not want to slide it like you're ironing. And make sure your butcher paper is bigger than your press. I don't know where it says that. It said that. I read it. Okay. And that's it. Are you guys ready for this? They say the easy presses work best with these. Whoops, that automatically turns off. They have tested and tested and tested because with this product, you need really, really even heat. And the coils of the easy presses have coils that go right back and forth during the whole entire ceramic plate, where a big heat press or an iron do not have that many coils. They like go around the edge or maybe have a hot spot in the middle. They're not as even as these. Okay, so we're gonna try this. I wanna look at this, okay? I can kind of see my paper here. I wanna make sure it's all right there. Okay, and here we go. I think I got it all covered, right? I'm just peeking to make sure. I think so. Oh, did it say use pressure? I don't even know. I'll just press a little bit. Okay, now you want to lift it straight up. Oh, look, I wet my plants. We have to wait till it cools. Because remember what I said, it turns into a gas with the heat and infuses into the fabric, and then it cools and becomes a solid that you cannot even feel. You can't even feel it. I can feel the heat coming off, so I'm just going to wait. They say not even to take the butcher paper off. And you can wash it right away if you want to. I'm so impatient. It's so hard to wait for it to cool. You guys, anyone who has a lot of plants, I think this would be cool for a t-shirt, a tote bag, anything. You might want to change the font if you don't want a child's font like this. But I think this is cute on a toddler shirt or a onesie or something. Yeah, the reveal is the most fun, isn't it? I'm so impatient. I'm testing the heat. I'm not actually touching it. My hand is above the heat. Okay, we're going to take this off. But especially because this has tape on it, I want to make sure it completely cools because it's not as easy to lift it off because it does have tape on it. So I really want this to cool. Okay, you guys have questions? What happens if you miss part of the picture and you press? It could be uneven color. If you overlap the easy press, you will not get an even color. You do not need to use tape if you're using the transfer tape, And I have never used the pens on the shirts. I use the pen on the coasters. And so I read the directions and I'm like, oh, you tape it onto here so it doesn't lose. Now we probably could have done it without taping, but the first time I did it, I wanted to follow their suggested recommendations. Because they've been testing this for months and months, and I haven't been. I've had it for a month. Oh no, it says wet my plants, and then it has a picture of plants. What is the size difference at is a great question, Fatima. So all of the markers come in two sizes, or the pens. So while we're waiting for it to cool, this is the marker. It says on it, you guys probably can't read that, but it says marker 1.0. Now this is the pen, and it says pen 0.04. Let me show you the tips. So one is this. Now, the black part of the plants on this image, I did with the fine tip. The words I did with the marker. So once I take this off, you will be able to see the difference. And then I use the markers to color in the plants. So that's the difference in the, I don't know what lid goes to what, they're probably the same. And I always store my Cricut pens and markers so the point side is down. Just so you'll always have the ink at the bottom, because gravity does its thing. You always want it at the bottom, and I've never had a problem with them. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my heat press off, my easy press. Okay, I think it could be time. Okay, I'm just gonna cut these corners off with the tape. I'm gonna pull it up. Look! Do you see it? Oh, so pretty. Look at the pots. Aren't they beautiful? I love it. Okay, let's take this out, because this is kind of stretching it a little bit. Take the paper out. And you can see the different colors in the leaves. So if you just came, you want to rewatch the beginning, I used 2 different colors of green markers, and you can see the different colors. So pretty. And look, you can stretch it. Look at all the detail in that black, that thin. And I made it, it's kind of small. It's just bare, it's not 6 inches. It's less than 6 inches. I think it's like 5.5 or something. Isn't that so cool? Like, look. It's in there. You can't feel it. There's nothing to pick off. Nothing. That is so cool. I wet my plants. I'm going to button this back up. Can you guys see why I'm a little bit obsessed with this? I am just a little bit obsessed. Like, I really love this stuff. And I'm going to be spending money more so I can show you guys. And you guys, I'm not even buying this stuff for me to keep. I just like creating it and giving it away. So, if you want to win this little onesie, you have to wait until we're done with the live video. It has to be a full, you have to be able to comment under the video. So all you have to do is leave a comment, and we're going to do random comment picker. I think I said on noon Monday. Is that what I said? Eastern time. We will choose a winner. So you have all weekend. Sheila, I will tell Calico you said hello. She has left for the day. She left about 5 minutes after I did the video so she could help share it and stuff. She usually gets off like at 4. So there this is. You could possibly press this again, but you would not be able to get anything from the transfer sheets. See, this is where the transfer sheets, where the color came from. There's no ink left in the transfer sheets. You could possibly pull that off and maybe color in. I don't know, there's a little glue there because I glued these, but you could possibly do it. Isn't that so cute? Yes, you guys, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for all the likes you guys give me. Thank you for all the comments. You guys are amazing. Let me see if you have. Yeah, it is so, isn't it so pretty? I just love it. Yeah, Sheila, I got a whole roll of butcher paper from Amazon too, and I got it in one day. I don't know if the link for this butcher paper is in the description, but if you need it, I have a link. Like, that roll will last forever. Isn't it cute? It just makes me happy to use this stuff. It just makes me happy. Good question about the stain. Can you use stain remover on the shirt if there is a stain? You know what? Let me bring you over. It says care instructions. It says machine wash inside out with cold water and mild detergent. Tumble dry low and line dry. Do not use fabric softener, dryer sheets, or bleach. So if you had a stain on it, what I would do is do a spot remover, you know? I don't know. I would do a spot remover and just try to remove it from the spot. I know, isn't this exciting? Like Cricut has really made this awesome product that we can use in our Cricut machines, or we can use in scissors. If you can draw, that would be amazing. And kids can draw. All you have to do is draw. You could possibly use punches with this. If you didn't have a Cricut, you could probably still use it. Punches or cut scissors, put stripes on a shirt, cut out letters from a punch or something. I don't know. The butcher paper is unwaxed. There's no wax on the butcher paper. You don't want a wax coating because it'll melt onto the clothing. Oh, Marcia says on food stains, Dawn works great. I didn't know that. How soon after you use the pens do you have to use the heat, or can it be days after? You know what? I wouldn't wait days. Possibly the next day. Maybe test it. You get a sampler with all the transfer tape. If you have the transfer sheets, it's not transfer tape. With the infusible ink transfer sheets, you get this little sample. If you want to test that, just scribble a pen like I did. Where's the piece that I scribbled on? Here it is. I did some scribbling to test the colors. And scribble on your paper, your laser paper, and let it sit for a few days and try it out. I would test it first. I'm not sure. Yay, Sheila. Sheila has some of this stuff. She did get a kit. She's going to go play with her coasters. The coasters are amazing. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. And I will see you Saturday morning for Cricut Design Space class, 11 a.m. Eastern. It's free. It's free to subscribe to my channel. And we will see you then. Also, you can join my Facebook group, Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane. So many people learn so much in that group. All right, guys, love you. And I will see you Saturday morning, 10:30 if you want to come and chat.